Welcome to acTVism Munich. I'm your host Zain Raza, reporting from the Volksbühne in Berlin, where a new movement is starting, initiated by the former finance minister of Greece, Yanis Varoufakis, and Srecko Horvat, a philosopher and activist. This movement is called Democracy in Europe 25. A lot of topics will be discussed today, from the political economy of Europe, foreign policy, and the refugee crisis. The invitation to this event has been extended to feminists, grassroots activists, journalists, and members of trade unions. We will be talking to the organizers and participants to provide an overview of this event. So stay tuned.
Before we start with the first session, I will give the word to Yanis Varoufakis.
Without further ado, let the sessions start.
This is the ground on which European imagines its unity.
What we witness as one of the main problems is more than what multinational corporations do on the ground.
We are confronted with a disarticulation of the very institutional arrangements that sustain the European governance.
A real Europe integration must be social stated, or it will not be.
We should talk about non-profit independent grassroots media, which is based on worker cooperative principles, is in the hands of the community.
We do not believe in a division of labor between thinking and acting.
We need to talk about the duty of care that a state has, not only to protect against spying, but also to build alternatives that are designed, by design in fact, to resist violations of rights.
A lot of people are skeptical about the future. Although right now Bernie Sanders is coming in the United States and there's a lot of criticism about him. Jeremy Corbyn broke through the ranks in the Great Britain, and you have some changes coming in Spain and Portugal. Do you see this as a broader positive change in terms of our future? Do you have any hopes for a better world?
Yeah, regarding hopes, the elites of the European Union are destroying any hope in the future of the European Union. But if there is still hope in these days, it's thanks to the activists, for example, activists who are active in the solidarity movement for refugees. They are organizing real, concrete solidarity action. So they hold the flag for democracy and humanity in these days.
What is new here, I hope at least, what is new is that we don't only include movements, we don't only include trade unions, classical political parties, but for example during these meetings today we had people who are activists of Tor or WikiLeaks. Never before I have seen that so many people who come from the field of technology were interested in bringing more democracy. And we know there is no democracy without technology. Actually, technology could help us today to bring more democracy. So what we can see only from this first meeting, but also other meetings and people who supported the manifesto, for example, from Ken Loach, Eva Illouz, Tony Negri, Julian Assange, we can see that people got together who usually weren't together. So we also have people from Podemos, people from Front de Gauche are here as well. The Labour Party is very interested and supportive of DM. What we can see is that we are really in a political momentum currently in the European Union, where I think that we can go only in one direction, and the one direction is democracy, or the other direction will be the dystopia, which will be very similar to the dystopia during the First World War and Second World War.
There was a criticism voiced earlier in terms of how many women participated on the panel today. Did that appear to you, and are there any other criticisms that you would try to voice to this movement that could help in constructive ways?
I mean, during the afternoon, I found a number of women who took the floor, so I was not that much impressed by any injustice in that concern. I think it is difficult to bring together so many people with so committed ideas and then really to integrate that intellectually. I got the impression that the discussion was more understood as a kind of contribution to concrete activities and initiatives of DM.
Through this convergence of the movements that are powerful, but which tend to shrivel and die when left on their own, this convergence with existing established organizations from previous generations and centuries of struggles, like the trade unions, for instance. It is the only possible source of hope for the single mother, the disaffected, unemployed 58-year-old who is unemployable given technological change, to the people in Greece who have to survive, whole families on one puny little pension which is being cut, to the people in Ireland who've been battered for years by austerity, now are coalescing around one issue, water, so as not to allow this kind of movement to die out. We need to bring them all together with established institutions to produce the possibility of hope.
The entire day was filled with a lot of discussions, constructive proposals, exchanges, networking. The movement is in its early stages at the moment, and we have yet to see what comes out of this. So stay tuned with Activism Munich. Follow us on www.activism.org. I'm Zen Raza from Berlin. Thank you for joining us today.